What's going on, y'all? It's JD Paquel. Today on CFP with JD, we're going to take a deep dive into the X's and O's in the semifinal game against Cincinnati and the number 1 ranked Alabama Crimson Tide. Welcome into CFP with JD, the people's channel for every single thing you know and love college football content on YouTube. We do it nearly every single day. Armstrong Sims, Jack McKenzie, they make all the magic happen. And y'all drive the show. So, enormous college football playoff game coming up in the semifinals between Alabama and Cincinnati. We're going to take a deep dive into the X's and O's between these two teams, and it's going to favor Cincinnati a little bit more than you might think. So pay attention, hang on tight as we get this party started. So one of the things that Cincinnati does almost better than anybody else in the country is get after the quarterback. They're top 10 in terms of sacks, sack percentage. They do it really well. It's one of the reasons why they were able to be so successful against Notre Dame. Even when they're not sacking the quarterback, they're doing a great job pressuring the quarterback and causing havoc, even more so causing turnovers. So right here, we got a double linebacker blitz in the A gap. He's going first. He's going first. He's coming in second, just giving him problems. We got a crossing route underneath. That's your outlet. We got our zone all the way back here. We'll call it a quarters. Sauce Gardner, one of the best corners in the country. Kobe Bryant, Jim Thorpe Award winner. This will be the best set of corners that Alabama has had to play against thus far this season. So watch what happens. Getting after Jack Cohn. First man gets picked up. Second man comes in hot. 1, 2. And watch what Jack Cohn does. He gets pressured. Bryce Young's going to have to deal with pressure because when he gets 2 Cincinnati defenders in his lap, how's he going to respond? Jack Cohn panics, throws off of his back foot, thinks he has his outlet route right here. Sauce Gardner, that's a bad man. Put the football in his area, you're going for a little bit of a risk. Overthrows his man because he's off balance from the pressure. First down Cincinnati. That was one of the plays that turned the tide really early for Cincinnati, playing against Notre Dame, which was their marquee win of the entire year. Kind of their warm-up game, I guess you could say, for Alabama. Now, so crucial for Cincinnati to get pressure on Alabama because if they don't, Alabama has a huge vertical threat in Jameson Williams at the bottom of your screen down here that will make them pay. Georgia, it's got players all over their defensive line, all over their secondary, all over their middle linebacking core, middle of their defense, I should say. But they weren't able to get pressure here on Bryce Young, so they had to pay the price. The reason why this is a matchup I'm watching so closely because until this game, in this SEC title game, Bama hadn't really protected the quarterback that well. Well, 7% of the time, their quarterback was getting sacked. Something in that range. So Bryce Young, can he handle the pressure? That'll be huge. Even more so, can Alabama's front handle the pressure of Cincinnati? Because if they can, I should say, they'll have problems. Deep strike here to Jameson Williams. Let's back that up. Let's take a look at this breakdown right here. Right here, Georgia's not bringing too much pressure, but Trey Sanders does a great job chipping. Anytime you're going to chip with your back and help him, so you get a twist right here from the defensive line of Georgia. Trey Sanders steps up, chips that defensive end, and allows Bryce Young all the time in the world. Now we're going to need a big game from Jameson Williams there for Alabama. Look at the separation. He's so fast and he causes problems for any defense. But we're going to need a big game from him because Jameson Williams will be the lead, if not one of the only deep options for Alabama in this game. John Mechie, he's not playing. So you're only going to have Jameson Williams and Slade Bolden to throw to if you're Bryce Young. So crucial they protect him. Now, one thing that I think also favors Cincinnati, and this is going to be surprising, the one-on-one matchups. The one-on-one matchups they have on the outside I think will favor Alabama. Alabama, obviously, tons of great personnel, but they're a little bit more inexperienced than the Alabama teams of the past. So how does Cincinnati take advantage of that? Well, watch here. This is Kyle Hamilton right here in the slot. Look at this matchup right here. They go man-to-man. This is an all-American safety. He's going to be one of the top 10 picks in the draft. Watch what Cincinnati does to him right here with Desmond Ridder. He's got him on a man, beats him on a corner route. Right here, we're in trouble if you're trailing. You never want to be, it's hard to see right there. Let's see if we can play it a little more. You never want to be in trail, especially on a corner route. Look at his eyes. He's looking directly at the Cincinnati receiver, trying to catch up. Desmond Ridder throws a great ball, back shoulder. So by the time he gets his head around, he's already out of position. Back shoulder, we're winning that route 10 times out of 10. Touchdown. And this is, like I said, this is not a slouch. Alabama doesn't have any DBs that are better than Kyle Hamilton. He is as good as it gets in the country. making him look silly in a one-on-one matchup right here. Bada bing, bada boom. It's plays like that where Cincinnati, I think, actually has the advantage. It's not going to be every single down, but when they have their shots at Alabama, they need to be aggressive and take advantage of them. Look right here. Alabama, I mentioned their secondary, they're really, really good, but they're also really, really young. Kool-Aid McKinstry down here at the bottom, he's a true freshman. He was playing in the spring game, getting reps for the first time. Georgia just takes advantage of him right here. Similar play action, or similar route, I should say, similar route concept. It's man coverage, back shoulder, takes advantage. So if they can take advantage of these young DBs and have throws like that, they're going to be in really good shape. Now, we talked about it. If they can't get after Bryce Young, what happens? Well, Bryce Young's pretty mobile, pretty agile himself. The difference between Bryce Young and other quarterbacks across the country that are like to be mobile, he doesn't look to run. He wants to keep his eyes downfield. He wants to be a point guard. He wants to facilitate to his playmakers. He knows when they get the ball in their hands, they can be special. So right here, Georgia actually does a good job of getting close to him, and he just plays Pirates of the Caribbean. So look at pockets break down. Going to collapse up here. He feels it right here. He's free. He's coming free. All he does, step up in the pocket and finds his outlet man right here. Watch his eyes. Eyes are never down. He's still looking around, even at this point. This man thinks, okay, I got to come make a tackle on Bryce Young. Right here, any other quarterback in the country, we're getting north. We're getting yards. Bryce Young says, nope, I'm going to give it a little lateral to my guy. Just plays like that where Bryce Young can create. If that's what Cincinnati has to deal with all day long, we're going to be in trouble. All right, so being able to contain and get after, play aggressive against Bryce Young, that's going to be crucial. If you want to sit back, just rush with 4 and allow him to make you miss, you can't get to Bryce Young with 4 guys. Alabama's been suspect at best on the offensive line, but they've matured. They look great against Georgia in the SEC championship game. You're not going to be able to get home with 4. Got to bring an extra man and got to make sure you're accounting for Bryce Young. Otherwise, he'll dink and dime, get it out to his running back on a little lateral like that, as you just saw. The thing that I'm also watching Cincinnati-wise, how much do we utilize Desmond Ridder when it comes to using his legs? Because Alabama, like I said, they got a lot of personnel across the board. If you're able to make them account for one more blocker, Desmond Ridder's athletic enough to be able to make plays. So right here, the zone read worked perfectly against Notre Dame on this play. We're reading the Ed Man line of scrimmage right here. If he crashes, we're going to pull it, and then we're coming across right here to block for the linebackers, the last line of defense for Desmond Ridder. Alabama, I said it, Nick Saban, he's going to have it drawn up appropriately, but Desmond Ridder, his athleticism could be the equalizer. So right here, watch it. Boom. He's crashing. He's coming down. He's going to hook him in, and watch how fast Desmond Ridder gets off this. Great. A lot of quarterbacks aren't able to make that run right there. They're not able to turn the corner right here. Gets a little bit of help from his man, just enough to get him off kilter. The big athleticism of Desmond Ridder gets him into the end zone. It's plays like that, it's matchups like that to why I'm picking Cincinnati actually to win this game. Call me crazy, call me whatever you want, but I think Desmond Ridder and Cincinnati's offense have enough matchups that are going to favor them against Alabama. So if Alabama brings their A game and they play like they did in the SEC championship game, it's going to be a tough task, but I think the man-to-man matchups and I think the ability for Cincinnati to get after the quarterback and make Bryce Young uncomfortable is going to be the difference maker. That's it for us here on CFP with JD. Subscribe to the channel. We do breakdowns like this. We do analysis. We do little sit-down and monologues, if you will, about different things going on in college football content that you know that you love. We will keep the party rolling. We will see y'all next time.